What just happened in Israel terrifies the whole world. People in Israel are frightened and concerned due to recent unfavorable events. A land with much historical and political importance is Israel. Its ongoing conflict with the Palestinians has kept it in the latest news for quite some time. The conflict has evolved into a perilous circumstance. Recent happenings have caused countries everywhere to become more afraid. Let's see the further consequences in this video. Israel's past is saddened by the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. For a considerable period, Israelis and Palestinians have been contesting over land, sovereignty, as well as their rights. The conflict has had moments of relative calm and other moments when it has escalated greatly. However, recent events have elevated it to a level that worries the world. The escalating violence in the Gaza Strip is the most frightening thing of late. Anger has erupted among people due to the fight, which has turned into a full-blown crisis. Several civilians were slain. Numerous areas sustained damage from Gaza rocket fire and Israeli airstrikes. Innocent lives being cut up has left communities in ruins. The world populace has collectively voiced their outrage over violence for the reason that it inflicts greater damage upon spectators than fighters themselves. The rise of the extremist group creates much worldwide tension. The popularity of religious, nationalist, or ethnocentric views is the foundation for their ideas, and it is causing an effect on Israeli society. Divisive groups that spread hate ultimately make it difficult for communities to thrive and for people to live well. The political unrest and problems with leaders are making matters worse. No steady government formation and no clear majority were witnessed in the most recent elections due to the lack of leadership. There is worry among people about how effectively the country can manage its issues, and this has only added more doubt to an already tense situation. The new incident surpassed the borders of Israel. The conflict has led to a humanitarian crisis that is affecting innocent civilians, children, and refugees around the globe. The impact of the conflict is severe on these vulnerable groups' lives. The global community is aware that it's essential to provide aid to these at-risk individuals and resolve the dilemmas they face. Along with the rise of extremism in Israel come concerns about the spreading of radical ideas and foreign terrorism. Diplomats and international organizations are collaborating to discover a peaceful resolution in response to these alarming occurrences. They are also striving to aid individuals undergoing distress. Yet, the dilemmas are noteworthy and advancement towards an enduring resolution is crawling. Groups with global presence, such as the United Nations, have extensively contributed to coping with the situation. Statements have been made demanding calmness, safety of civilians, and adherence to international law. Many countries have seen public protests and rallies held by people to express their support for those wounded and to demand that violence cease. By using hashtags on social media sites, the opinions advocating for peace and justice become more noticeable. The event has left people worried about how it will affect world security. This area was considered a potential location for major battles a while back. The global community is expressing worry about this incident, which could escalate into a larger conflict and have consequences far beyond just the immediate area. The Israel event resulted in variations between countries and groups. Various nations and organizations possess varying notions regarding the occurrence, resulting in diverse reactions. It has become more challenging to find one particular approach to handle the situation due to variations in individuals' perceptions and responses. Negotiations concerning peace were significantly impacted by the occurrence in the area. The problems highlighted by this event have caused people to doubt the potential success of current peace efforts and agreements. The occurrence is evidence of peace's delicate nature in the area. It requires much work to fix the problems at their roots. The occurrence indicates that major powers are divided and not in agreement. Regarding their area, the priorities and interests are distinct. It becomes increasingly challenging to obtain a comprehensive and long-lasting answer due to these things. This event exposed that the major powers are not all united. Diversity and interest and priorities exist among them in the area. Finding a complete and long-term answer becomes even more difficult due to these things. All around the world, individuals have triggered potent reactions from world leaders and foreign bodies. The event in question has prompted them to raise their voice for an end to fighting and a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Various topics have been discussed because of the event, including what caused the conflict, how the peace process works, and how it affects the security of both regional and global levels. Although individuals are still attempting to comprehend the incident, it is important for the global community to cooperate and encourage communication, comprehension, and long-term resolutions to terminate future acts of aggression and guarantee a more harmonious future for everyone. Moreover, the current political state and history of this area are intensifying the apprehension felt by individuals across the globe. The concern is noticeable. For several decades, Israelis and Palestinians have been involved in protracted hostilities, resulting in a challenging relationship between them. Geographical differences separating them exacerbate the situation. People are concerned that the incident in Israel has made it impossible to solve these issues fairly and permanently. It induces recollections of earlier violent activities that led to the shedding of blood. These issues cannot be resolved, causing worry among people. People are afraid due to their conclusion that this event might be an indicator of failing efforts to maintain peace. Violence may recommence soon, and this has made individuals aware that the chance of upcoming aggression has risen. In addition, the event occurred at a time when there was a high geopolitical competition and global tensions. The globe is already dealing with numerous issues, among them the growth of extremist ideologies and the danger of terrorist attacks. International standards and institutions are also experiencing erosion. In this situation, any incident that threatens the unstable equilibrium between power and security can have broad repercussions, exacerbating ongoing disputes or inciting novel ones. Numerous outside organizations choose this region to convene. Individual entities possess distinct priorities and concerns. There is apprehension that the episode might worsen tensions among pivotal nations, thereby leading to further involvement in action. The situation could worsen tensions worldwide. Global peace and security are also a concern for people when it comes to this event's potential impact. Frequently, Israel is looked to as a case study for assessing the effectiveness of international negotiations. The resolution of disputes is also under their scrutiny. There could be consequences beyond the region if Israel's fundamental issues are not resolved and an equitable and sustainable solution is not found. It could lead to decreased trust in the international community's capacity to prevent and address crises in other regions of the globe. People worldwide are struck with terror by the occurrence in Israel because it exposits how powerless humans can be during a humanitarian catastrophe. It stresses the significance of superior readiness and response mechanisms. That is why the event instills fear in people globally. The safety of innocent persons is in peril. The damage that combat may impose on civilian populations is highlighted in this depressing event. Additionally, the event puts innocent lives at risk. The reason why individuals are afraid is that they know that without a fast resolution and a recommitment to protecting civilians, things may decline, causing more people to suffer and relocate as a result of the crisis. People feel fear because of this reason. The general public is feeling worried on a large scale due to this. The incident in Israel has led people worldwide to experience a greater level of concern for a variety of reasons. The region's history and current political situation create pervasive fear and worry due to possible impacts on global security and tensions among key countries. The vulnerability of civilians, furthermore, due to its likelihood of affecting worldwide security. Global security could potentially be impacted by it. Preventing the situation from worsening requires essential international cooperation, dialogue, and concerted efforts. Resolve the Israel conflict in a manner that guarantees safety for everyone involved through peaceful measures. The situation in Israel is being monitored by people all over the world. The Israeli government ensured the protection of its residents by quickly managing the crisis and restoring calm, and this was in answer to the recent occurrences that transpired in Israel. The existing scenario is attempting to be improved as these steps are being carried out. Their aim is to prevent any additional violent actions from occurring due to the circumstances. The area has received Israeli security troops in order to preserve peace. By stopping the situation from worsening, they will protect the welfare of civilian communities. The number of armed troops and armed police has increased in the affected neighborhoods. In response to the unrest, they were dispatched there. To enhance security, the government has established measures such as checkpoints, tighter border control, and greater monitoring. These are included in an attempt to prevent any foreseeable planned assaults. Moreover, Israeli officials have commenced an examination into the occurrence to find out what took place. The aim is to ascertain who's responsible for what occurred and hold that individual accountable for their deeds. The gathering of evidence and conducting of interviews are included. Cooperative effort with relevant agencies is crucial to ensuring the investigation is exhaustive and objective. Also, the Israeli government has made attempts to communicate with other countries about the occurrence and its importance. Government officials in one country with high ranks have approached their counterparts in other countries to discuss information and ideas. They have also searched for backing for their stance. The protection of its citizens and preservation of peace in the region are clearly top priorities for Israel. The use of different diplomatic communication channels is how this is being done. The Israeli government officials have highlighted the importance of guaranteeing the safety of all parties involved in maintaining peace simultaneously. Encompassed within this are Israeli Arabs and members of the other minority communities in Israel. Measures have been taken to hinder any further worsening of relations between the diverse religious and ethnic communities comprising Israel. These initiatives seek to promote peace and harmony amid the diverse communities. Besides, informing its citizens remarkably well is one major accomplishment of the Israeli government. They participate in suitable exchanges. Statements that are official were issued, in addition to both public briefings and news conferences. These serve to communicate the steps being taken to the public, answer any questions they may have, and ease their worries. The objective of these events was to inform the public about the actions underway. As part of their response, the Israeli authorities have reviewed and enhanced the existing safety measures already in place. The purpose of this is to lower the chances of experiencing another identical catastrophe in the future. To fight terrorism and ensure peace in the region, performing an intelligent capability assessment, enhancing border security measures, working more closely with foreign partners, and sharing additional information are essential. Successful attainment of the desired outcome is possible through implementation of these measures. In order to protect Israeli citizens' safety and restore normalcy, the government has responded accordingly. They are also keeping the entire country stable. Investigations are being conducted into the events which took place, and the talks are happening in an appropriate way. Steps are presently being taken to prevent similar occurrences in the future. Bear in mind that the way the Israeli government responds can differ. As new facts are acquired and the situation unfolds, remember to keep in mind continually. It's crucial. Do not let this slip your mind. To adapt to any changes that may occur, continuing examination and adjustment will probably be required. Israel's and the region's safety and stability will be preserved in the long term. This possibility should always be kept in mind. Israel's recent terrifying incident has caused shockwaves around the world. It has generated anxieties and prompted debates about its more extensive outcomes. The international community is captivated by the far-reaching consequences of the events in Israel, which expand beyond the immediate region. The actions they take create worries about global security and stability. A major worry is centered on the possibility of the Israeli conflict spreading into a broader regional crisis. Long-standing political and religious tensions in this volatile region mean that any escalation in Israel could easily spread to neighboring countries. The entire region's stability may be severely impacted by this. This sparks worries about a snowball effect where hostility and chaos swiftly expand, aggravating present struggles. It also spawns new ones. The international situation is henceforth under close observation by the world community. The situation of escalating hostilities is being addressed through diplomatic endeavors. Furthermore, the episode in Israel has renewed apprehension about a rise in global radicalization and terrorism. The fertile ground for extremist ideologies is created by the region's ongoing conflicts, alongside socio-political grievances and religious tensions. Extremist groups around the world might use events in Israel as a cause for rallying, which is making the international community apprehensive. Various regions of the world could see acts of violence and terrorism inspired by this. Countering radicalization and fighting terrorism have thus become even more critical, thereby underscoring the necessity for global collaboration. And this comes after the incident. This incident has led another major concern, which is the impact on arms races and nuclear proliferation. Israel's nearby enemies might be tempted to obtain or create more advanced weapons in response to the intensifying conflict. An arms race could be initiated due to this. The area's destabilization could increase, posing a significant threat to worldwide security. In addition, the occurrence prompts worries about the safety and management of nuclear arms and technology. Non-state actors potentially obtaining nuclear materials through unauthorized means is a looming concern. Addressing the problem with the utmost urgency is necessary for the international community. Collective action and international cooperation are crucially required, as highlighted by the incident in Israel. That conflicts in one part of the world can have global ripple effects that reverberate is a stark reminder provided by this. Addressing complex geopolitical challenges in an increasingly interconnected world requires cooperation and multilateral approaches. The international community should collaborate to discover non-violent solutions and encourage conversation to build comprehension between opposing groups. Additionally, the episode has stimulated introspection and analysis regarding the efficiency of ongoing peace procedures. There are concerns about the outlook for lasting stability in the area. The unresolved Israeli-Palestinian conflict emphasizes the necessity for a sustainable and all-inclusive solution that lasts for years. Supporting initiatives that prioritize dialogue, inclusivity, and respect for human rights is crucial as the global community reevaluates its approach. Addressing the root grievances that perpetuate the cycle of violence is also necessary. The raising of broader global implications and concerns beyond its borders has been caused by the recent terrifying incident in Israel. Potential regional escalation, increased radicalization and terrorism, arms races, and nuclear proliferation are all significant concerns for the international community. Considering peace processes again and calling for collective action are significant areas of concern as well. Finding peaceful resolutions becomes imperative as global leaders and policymakers collaborate to tackle the challenges the world is facing. The impact of what occurred in Israel will be immense over the next few years. Considering this topic carefully is essential. The way things played out after the tragedy could have consequences for different aspects. The region's operation, efforts towards peace and security, and the state of international relations are among these aspects. In the future, one possibility of great importance is one of the possible occurrences. The war may intensify greatly if the root causes of the incident are not tackled. There is a possibility that the situation will worsen. It might trigger a pattern of ferocious conduct. The effort towards maintaining peace would suffer due to this. The entire region would be less stable if the likelihood increased. Peace measures and negotiations underway now can also be impacted by the occurrence. The conversation's restart or reaching a conclusion satisfactory to all parties could prove more difficult if trust and confidence between them is compromised. The incident will undoubtedly have a significant impact on global alliances and connections with other nations. The incident could make Israel's relationships with other countries less smooth, especially the nations that are invested in the Israeli-Palestinian dispute or have had firm opinions on it for quite some time. The negative impact caused by the occurrence is highly concerning as it affects the region's capacity to maintain its stability and safety. The zone is currently facing a variety of struggles, including conflicts and security concerns. As a result, any additional decay in the situation could pose catastrophic consequences. More military activity could occur, causing further conflict at the border, and the threat from terrorists may also rise. The occurrence could potentially cause people to rethink their views and dialogue on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It could potentially change how those in the region and globally perceive things. Division among perspectives may be intensified. Going forward, this could pose a challenge for multiple parties to negotiate and work together effectively toward establishing trust and mutual understanding. By providing an opportunity, the global community can recommit themselves towards discovering an equitable and sustainable solution. While the journey ahead may pose difficulties, Israeli's events ultimately alert the rest of the world. It emphasized the significance of tackling concerns and aiming for a future that is tranquil and safe. Through learning from past mistakes, engaging in fruitful discussions, and embracing ideals of justice and equality, we can come nearer to a society without occurrences of atrocities like this. Furthermore, we can achieve a society that is characterized by collaboration from everyone for the purpose of peace, security, and the welfare of all individuals. So, we hope this video gives you abundant information. If so, then please do not forget to hit that like button and make sure you share this video with all your friends and family and other fellows in your inner circle who may be interested in news such as this. We also would kindly like to ask you to please subscribe to our channel and allow notifications so you're always updated whenever we have new information for you. Thanks for spending time out of your busy day with us today, and we'll look forward to doing it again soon. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.